All of that is before you get to the anti-white racism, which is now so accepted in modern Britain. It's become commonplace throughout the Westminster swamp and regime media.
White and British and you live in the UK and you feel like the UK is becoming an anti-white country, you're not wrong. If you're a teacher in Wales, you get paid £5,000 less a year if you're white. Any other ethnicity and they'll pay you more. The fourth biggest police force in the UK banned white people from hiring. The biggest bank in Europe funded £2 million to 30 Oxford scholarships, and guess what are the qualifications to make it in? The biggest broadcasting platform in Europe banned white people from applying for a trainee role. Not one, but two members of the Scottish government stood up in front of Parliament and complained about how there was too many white people in and about every role and job and position, even when there's 17 times the amount of people of colour in UK Parliament today than there was in 1987.
I would say I'm definitely not someone that would watch Dan Wooton a lot, but I would say he is definitely outspoken and he is definitely not sitting back with the mainstream media and just lying about what's going on, covering it up. You can see every day that our mainstream media aren't doing the job they should be doing. They should be uncovering things. They should be bringing things to the light of the public. And it's very disappointing that people go into journalism and today they aren't actually journalists. They are just copy and paste sort of news editors that just are following the guidelines and following the rules too close. They are not journalists. Journalists are, people that go out there and find the story, find the truth, and bring that to the light. That's not what's going on. You can see quite clearly on the streets when you're working in businesses that it is less and less white people able to be employed these days. There's very much, I don't know if we want those. We'll employ, we'll employ people with visas and everything first before employing people that are white, and that's quite simple, isn't it? It's definitely not working in this country. We've got doctors, as we've seen, British doctors that are training or want to move into employment that can't get jobs, and yet we've got employment of visas coming out from everywhere. We've got these doctors and engineers turning up in boats, and it's just very disappointing that our government aren't working for us anymore. We have to look at what we're doing as the people now. Are we ready to make the next step? Because we've got now a Muslim authorities just absolutely trying to take over our British country. We've got to remember that we're Christian. We've got to remember that Christianity isn't soft and weak. We've got to remember our values come from strong Christianity, not weak Christianity, strong Christianity. The Crusades were based on a strong Christianity, and we need to find that again in this country. Otherwise, we are going to be overtaken even more. There's nothing wrong with being white. We shouldn't be ashamed of it. We are stronger than everyone else. We have better morals than everyone else. It's stupid that you see stuff like black people saying, oh, the white people need to pay reparations. In the UK, hang on, the British were the ones that fought to stop slavery, and now that's been thrown back in our face. We weren't the ones that started slavery. It was Muslim countries that started slavery. That happened before us. That happened, in the East, not in the Western countries. The Western countries, when they went to other countries, that's where slavery was already happening, and people took advantage of that, yes. but it wasn't against the law. They followed the laws. And the British were the ones that went in and changed those laws.
The UK police force has spent 15 million trying to lower the number of white people they employ. The Royal Air Force got their emails leaked in which applicants were described as useless white males. God forbid they would have replaced the word white with anything else.
Not to mention the despicable two-tier justice, which is now consistently belted out to white working class men in particular.
So we need to remember this. We need to be strong. We cannot let this carry on. We have to make changes in this country.